Hey guys, what's up? It's Drew here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Whisper of the Worm exotic sniper rifle. This will be my review, so I'll be sharing all I have to say about the weapon, including my opinions, facts, and more. So let's start things off with the basics. Let's take a look at the archetype very quickly. It's a high impact sniper rifle, fires at 72 rounds per minute, and it has 100 impact, dealing 845 damage to the head in PvP and 169 damage to the body. Now there's a key difference here because most aggressive frame snipers, the high impact one, deal 473 critical damage in PvP and 158 to the body. So this sniper actually has the highest impact in the game, and its damage output or impact is unique compared to other snipers. The biggest difference you're going to be seeing in PvP is going to be the body shot damage. The headshot damage, not so much. I'm pretty sure both of those can kill pretty much anything in the game in PvP, but the body shot damage means that with the Whisper, you're going to need less damage done to a target before you can body shot them in comparison to a normal aggressive frame sniper. Taking a look at our perks now, we have White Nail, higher base precision damage, and rapidly landing 3 precision hits will refill the magazine. So for the higher base precision damage, in PvE I hit 387 to the body and 1931 to the head, as opposed to a normal aggressive frame sniper rifle which hit 360 to the body and 1080 to the head on an ogre in a lost sector. So it appears that a normal aggressive frame sniper has a 3 times critical modifier, whereas the Whisper has a 5 times critical modifier, and these numbers were consistent in PvP as well. When trying to activate White Nail, I was able to activate it by landing each precision hit in what seemed like about 4 seconds from one target to the next. Of course, every 3 hits refunding the ammo that you've spent to get those 3 hits directly back into the mag. I say refunding the ammo because it doesn't take up ammo from your reserves, you just get the ammo that you spent back. So essentially, you could have ultimately unlimited heavy ammo, and this obviously is incredibly powerful in both PvP and PvE. The next perk on the weapon is something I think is a little overlooked. It's armor piercing rounds, so rounds can cause extra damage to combatants' shields, and it over penetrates targets. In PvE, against a shielded wizard boss in a lost sector, the Kibu AR3 dealt 70 damage without APR, and with APR dealt 74 damage. And although this is a small damage sample, it seems like it's roughly a 5% difference in damage to shields. Again, only in PvE though. It also appears that Whisper shots have no trouble over penetrating targets and dealing massive damage, retaining the whole total damage of each shot. In both PvP and PvE, I've seen to have gotten a good amount of over penetration damage and even collateral kills on a lot of enemies. Lastly, we have Mulligan. Missing a shot has a chance to return ammo directly to the magazine. I fired 100 missed Whisper shots, and 30 of them were refunded out of that 100 when I missed, which we can use as a small sample to indicate that it's somewhere around a 30% chance of activating. Remember though, this only has the chance of activating on missed shots. So I think the perk set on this weapon is really unique and gives it a ton of functionality. All 3 of the perks add to the overall lethality and versatility of the weapon. In PvP, the weapon takes minimal damage to secure those simple body shot kills, making it practically very effective, yet still encourages precision shooting with the potential of regaining your power ammo through White Nail activating. Ultimately, if you're that skilled enough and you get lucky enough, you could have repeated power ammo from hitting headshots. On top of being able to regain your ammo, missing a shot in PvP, and I guess even PvE, it's potentially less costly thanks to the Mulligan chance. So if you do miss, there is a chance, and it activated quite regularly for me where it would just refund that bullet to me. Sometimes it happened multiple times in a row, especially in PvP where even after 4 seconds this weapon is going to remain a heavy weapon. This allows you to retain your ammo a lot more, and again, just overall be less costly for missing a shot. In PvE, the weapon deals insane damage, more on this later, and tears apart bosses, but also has a great utility for taking out numerous enemies and quickly dismantling majors, aka yellow health bar enemies, not only because of its damage output, but its ability to take out shields slightly better from APR and conserve ammo maybe even through an entire strike, nightfall, or raid because of White Nail activating with precision hits. Not to mention in Gambit, there's potential of being able to have this weapon always have ammo, always have heavy ammo as a sniper, being able to do tons of DPS and ready for you to invade, so you can have a sniper, maybe pair that with a shotgun or another close range weapon, and with a hand cannon or a pulse rifle, something along those lines, and you can essentially keep all the ammo in all of them, have a good combo of weapons to invade and deal damage. So that's enough about the perks. Let's talk about the stats of the weapon. Starting with range, this weapon has 82 range and 39 target acquisition. It actually has a very low zoom scope. It seems to be the same as Darcy, and it's lower zoom in comparison to a lot of other snipers. Silicon Aroma was the only high impact sniper with the same zoom scope that I could find, potentially maybe the only legendary sniper with this same zoom scope. I always like a low zoom scope on a sniper, and I think it adds a lot of versatility to the weapon, making it easier to use or more practical to use in close range. So this low zoom scope is a pretty good thing in my opinion. Now, although the scope is pretty low zoom, the weapon in my experience hasn't had much issue with maintaining any sort of accuracy across very long ranges, probably because of the higher range stat. Target acquisition or aim assist is rather low compared to other snipers, and if you're used to something like the Alone as a God or the Aikilo sniper, I think there'll be a noticeable difference for you in how forgiving some shots seem to be. As far as stability goes, this weapon had 42 stability and 74 recoil direction. This weapon had pretty high recoil per shot, but it didn't really feel awkward or disorienting in any way. I think the main thing you guys want to know though is how the flinch looks on this weapon. Flinch, when compared to the Silicon Aroma, looked pretty similar, but I think it seems slightly less overall. Not sure though, you can make the judgment. When using it in game, to me, Flinch felt more manageable than the average legendary sniper though. Moving on now to handling and reload. Although the reload speed wasn't terrible, I don't think it was great by any means. It certainly wasn't good. The draw speed and scoping speed as well is very slow and very clunky, as you'd probably expect from a sniper that hits like a tank. It also handles like one. You can, however, improve this and make it better with power handling mods, Ophidian aspects, and Dragon Shadow. Without any power handling mods or any of that exotic armor, it seemed like it was about a 0.35 second scope in and 1.05 second draw speed. However, we're going to focus only on the scope in speed in the interest of time. With one power handling mod, it had roughly a 0.3 second scope in time. With two power handling mods, it had roughly a 0.27 second scope in time. Now, with Ophidian aspects and no handling mod though, it had roughly a 0.27 scope in time, so that's the same as having two power handling mods normally. But if you stack one handling mod, it gets a 0.21 second scope in time, and even better yet, two handling mods get you a 0.18 second scope in time. Dragon Shadow, although it only works for a limited time, seems to completely max out your handling straight to pretty much the equivalent of Ophidians with two handling mods for a 0.18 second scope in time. So although the handling is pretty bad and pretty clunky, although some people might feel good with this, for me, I don't like this. I like really snappy snipers, really quick to handle, makes a big difference in my sniping, I think, and I've actually loved using this with the Dragon Shadow, and even if you can try out Ophidians with two handling mods, it takes up a lot more resources, but it feels amazing with this sniper. Finally now, let's talk about PvE, let's talk about this weapon's role in PvE and how it plays a little bit in that. Now, in PvE, this is obviously a damage dealing, or what people would call a DPS focused weapon, dealing high damage to bosses and clearing majors or ultras, if that's what they're properly called. Any of the yellow health guys, basically. How much damage, you might ask? Well, against Argos and a normal Eater of Worlds with a 405 power level Whisper, I was able to get off around 26 shots on Argos, but I did mess up at the very end. I think I could have maybe gotten up to 30 shots off during the entire duration of the DPS phase. I fired off about 13 shots in 10 seconds, so you can kind of take that as you will. It dealt 77,034 damage per shot again on the normal Argos. The damage I dealt with 26 shots fired, well, 2,010,588 damage. Everyone knows though that the Masterwork version of this weapon will be getting box breathing. Box breathing on the Aikilo sniper changes the damage from 30,312 to 51,964, which is roughly a projected 1.7 times damage boost. So we can expect to see 130,957 damage per shot from Whisper against a normal Argos. With 26 shots, that's a projected 3,380,000 damage roughly. However, if you'd like to see a more in-depth comparison focusing on this damage numbers alone compared to other snipers, other weapons, etc. with box breathing for sure, tell me in the comments and I'll be sure to do that. I think this weapon also has great potential for crowd control, perhaps not as much as a rocket, but better than every sniper I think in the game. Headshots with White Nail replenishes the ammo, so there's far less risk in using your ammo on smaller enemies, and armor-piercing rounds adds to that crowd control ability. Over-penetrating enemies happened way more often in PvE than I expected. respected, and over-penetration headshots counted as multiple hits for white nail. APR also adds just a bit more strength to an already insane damage output towards shielded enemies regardless of their element, which helps the crowd control ability of this weapon as well. Sure, it can't absolutely tear through mobs of enemies like a weapon designed to do that, but considering this is a sniper rifle and a more DPS focused weapon, I think it's got better ability in this area than most other weapons that would compare to this that are meant for DPS. Anyways guys, that's everything I have to say about the Whisper of the Worm. I hope you enjoyed the review. This is my first time combining PvE and PvP in a single review, so I hope I did it right. Tell me in the comments what I could have worked on for next time though. If you'd like to see something else in a video, some sort of category that wasn't mentioned, then let me know in the comments what I could do better for next time. Of course, you can still enter our emblem giveaway, so just leave your PSN, Battle.net, or Xbox gamertag in the comments below. Follow me on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, of course, and you get a chance to win an emblem. I think I'm going to give it away next week. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, it's been Drew here today, and I'll catch you guys later.